Hello and welcome to my very first YouTube video. My name is Shelly and this video, of course, this is how it's gonna go. You know, my dad used to say, people don't want perfect, they want real, so bloopers it is. This is how it's gonna go. Welcome. This channel is called Alchemize the Energy. I was going back and forth through a few different names. At first, it was Love for All Souls. And then I came up with Alchemize the Energy because I've been attracted to the whole idea of an alchemist ever since I've heard about it from Infinite Waters. If you haven't heard of him, go check out his channel. He's incredible. He's amazing. He's been like my guru, my mentor since I began my spiritual journey. So basically what an alchemist is someone who can change lead into gold or change base metals into gold, right? And so the metaphor that Ralph Smart, aka Infinite Waters, has for an alchemist is someone who can make the best out of a bad situation. And I thought that was just so awesome because there's always a silver lining. If you hear extra little scuffles and noise, that's my new puppy. But yeah, so there's always a silver lining to there's always a lesson to be learned in every situation, right? And so what an alchemist does is, just like I said, they're going to try to make the best out of a bad situation. They're going to look for the silver lining. They're going to look for the lesson, and they're going to carry on. They're going to move on and get back to the present moment and enjoy life. And so the idea of an alchemist is so radical to me that I tattooed alchemist on my finger to try to keep it in a spot where I can remember, all right, we're an alchemist, Shelly. We're going to just do our best to try to make the best out of a bad situation. So that's what an alchemist is to me. Yeah, in general, that's what an alchemist is. I know a lot of you guys do that too, and that's fantastic. I'm sure that's why you're attracted to this channel, Alchemize the Energy. You're like, what is that about? Ding, 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 that rings a bell here. Energy, what is energy? Energy is in everything, right? We know what energy is, but when it comes to people's like signature energy or their energy, it's in a sense of like low energy or high energy. And of course we have that. We all have low energy half the time and high energy half the time, or 40%, 60%, give or take. So the goal is to try to stay in a higher vibration as often as we can. Not 100% of the time because, hashtag life, like we're going to have some bad days and we're going to have some low energy, and that's totally cool. Honestly, I feel that we learn the most when we go through hard times, when it's dark times. I think that's the best opportunity for growth. Eventually you get sick of being in such low vibrations for so long that it calls for an awakening. And we have several awakenings in our life. They stem from those dark nights of the soul, if you've heard of that. So those nights that you're crying in bed, you can't get sleep. That's when things start to finally change and you can't take it anymore and it's time for a change. And through that change comes evolution and you start to evolve and you alchemize that dark energy into the light. You start going towards things that light you up, that make you feel good. That's what it means to alchemize the energy. And so I like to look at it as alchemize the love energy by integrating it into yourself and transmute the dark energy by processing it, by sitting with it and releasing it. I think a lot of our trauma stems from when we were children. Maybe we didn't feel heard or we felt abandoned or there's so many different scenarios. Maybe, your parents were always fighting or, one of your parents was an alcoholic or an addict in some way or whatever it was. All of us have a story and we don't have to relate to that story like that's who we are at our core, because that's not who we are at our core. That was just the environment that we were in, and we were in that environment so that we can learn from it, because as I said before, it's those darkest hours and the hardest times that we can find the ultimate growth. We can find the pathway to peace. And yeah, so this channel is going to be all about alchemizing low energies into higher energies so that we can all start feeling so much better about ourselves and about life. On that note, if you've ever looked up the law of attraction or read the book The Secret, or wanted to figure out how to manifest something into your life and you're just not understanding why things aren't working out, truly, God, source, creator, higher power, whatever you believe in, whatever you want to call it, that has a path for us. So there's going to be these specific things that happen in our life that are meant to happen that way no matter what. But like through free will, we do have our choice to go any direction. So using your free will with good energy is fantastic, because you're going to be attracting more of what your soul actually came here for and what you need. So I believe that before we came here, we set up like a blueprint of our life, right? And you're either going to go down a karmic road and face a lot of trials and tribulations by doing the things that we know are not right, right? And the more we do those kinds of things, the more we're going to be like in a loop. We're going to be continuously doing these kinds of things until we can learn the lesson, figure it out, move on and grow and evolve, right? Just like life, that's what life is, right? It's making mistakes, learning from them, and trying not to do them again. Of course, we're human. We're probably going to do them again, but it's only just going to suck for us if we keep doing the things that bring us down, that we know are not going to help us grow and evolve into our best versions. And so the whole goal, the whole game of life is to overcome the trauma, overcome the karma. And once we do these things, we're going to feel so much lighter. Our energy is going to be lighter, and we're going to be attracting it's called our dharma, which is your life purpose, which is what actually lights you up. Your dharma is your soul's purpose. So what is it that lights you up? Maybe you're an artist. Maybe you love to paint or draw, or maybe you love to play guitar, right? And so you love to create music. Maybe you love to build and you're just so good at building, it comes naturally to you so you can build a house, right? Or maybe you're fantastic at cooking or baking and you're passionate about it, and you can do these things, and you might feel like anybody can do these things, but you're passionate about it because it's part of your soul's plan. It's your soul's purpose. And it doesn't have to be just that one simple thing. There's so many things in that genre of what it is that you love, whether it's cooking, for example. The sky's the limit. And then now that it's the information age and it's the technology age, it's the age of Aquarius, really. Now that we have stepped into the age of Aquarius, if you're not playing around in your karma and your trauma, you're over here on this side and you're going into your soul's purpose. You're following what you love rather than being over here in a loop, if that makes sense. And we'll talk so much more about all of this on this channel. This is what it's all about, right? There's all these terms that I want to talk about with you guys too, like 3D and 5D and the Matrix, and we'll get into all of that. But I wanted this first video to be about how are we going to alchemize the energy? How do we alchemize the energy? And so when I'm out in society, I can see, some people that are just, they're like in a low vibration, right? So they're just like, why is this happening to me? And the thing is things are happening for us, not to us, right? They're happening for us so we can learn these lessons, right? It's funny, you might see my eyes over here and my eyes over here. This is my first video, and I have the camera facing forward, so I'm trying to, it's like when I'm looking right here like this, that's me looking at myself, and then when I'm looking over here, that's me looking at you guys. So I'm trying to look over here, anyways, trying to figure this all out. But back to the energy. When you see someone who's in low energy and they're just like, everything like sucks, nothing's working out for me, that's because of their energy. Low energy or your angry energy repels people away from you. And when you have a loving energy, it attracts people to you. People will just come right up to you and just start talking with you because your aura, your energy is light. It's not dark, it's not heavy, it's not angry, it's not even sad. Even sad is kind of a repellent, and that's why it's quite important to heal our traumas, to let things go. Letting things go doesn't mean brushing it under the rug or running away from it. Letting things go. To do that, you actually have to sit with whatever the thing is. So that's why it's great when people go to therapy or, talk to a friend or they journal it out or they meditate. And honestly, truly, meditation, will get all into meditation. I'm certified to teach mindfulness and meditation. This channel has just begun, and this is where we're going to be going on this channel, is way more into mindfulness, way more into meditation, because that's truly the key. There's so many ways that we can bring healing into our lives. The fact that you want to try to heal is so incredibly important and crucial for the entire collective, not just for yourself, but for everybody. Like, it ripples out. Your good energy ripples out into the world. And just even one person, for example, my brother and I were at Walmart the other day. A worker spilled something on the floor. And my brother was the first to grab paper towels and start cleaning it up, right? And the worker just stood there like on the phone, didn't even acknowledge my brother, just was watching him clean up the spill. I was like, oh, my brother, he's so chill. Like, I didn't even think about what he was thinking. But in my brother's head, he's like, I can't believe this guy's not even like acknowledging me. He's not like saying thank you. My bro was doing the dang thing, because we just have those kind of hearts like that. Like, we want to help people. But my brother, I was like, dude, bro, you're so cool. That was rad. Like, good job. Way to be helpful. And he's like, I just can't believe this guy, didn't even say anything to me. I'm like, oh, bro, don't worry about it. Just don't take it personal. Like, that sucks. How about when I start teaching on my channel, I start talking about manners as well. I think we need to talk about manners. We need to talk about gratitude. We need to talk about a whole spectrum of incredible things, right? But my brother was in like a little bit of a mood from it, and we're walking through the store. There's like a cart here and a cart here. We're trying to go down an aisle, and he's like, excuse me, like, and they just kind of stare. And he's like, okay, so I guess these people aren't gonna move, like, and so he was already angry, and then that kind of, not angry, but upset, and that kind of carried on past those two people who wouldn't move out of the way. And then he was kind of just like, get me out of here. And I'm like, bro, you just got to work on letting things go. Like, don't take things personal from how others are. But I'm also thinking this is the effect that people can have on each other when you're not showing gratitude. Like, I gotta take a breath. Gratitude is such a big deal. Like, just manners, like, thank you. Like, I appreciate you doing that. If that man would have said, hey, thanks, man, I really appreciate you doing that. It was so cool of you. My brother would have been like, yeah, for sure, man. And then walked away. And then when we walked past those two ladies with their carts in the way, he would have been like, excuse me, to those ladies. You know what I mean? And just been in a higher vibration. Everything would be flowing if people were being more grateful. Like, it's a ripple effect. It ripples out. It's like we're a spider web of consciousness of human beings, and we just need to be loving each other so much more. So I wanted to talk to you guys about how to alchemize the energy. We kind of went into a bunch of things. This is kind of letting you guys kind of get to know me. So yeah, my name is Shelly, and thank you guys for watching my very first video. We have so much to talk about. So stay tuned, subscribe, like the video. That's going to help get this video out to more people. Yeah, thank you guys for being here. I love you. Mwah. See you on the next one.